Bueno, creo que necesito un timer más corto. Este sí, definitivamente lo sentí muy largo. En fin, vamos a continuar con la historia del samurái. Bueno, para concluir la historia del samurái. Jengo, we have a situation. Musosai has disappeared from his inn room. He is not said to be up and about, and he left without even taking his medicine. Weakened as he is, though, he can have gone far. I wager he is somewhere in the city still. Let's split up and look for him. I focus on the room, and you sign Valeroyan's forum. Oh, es que arriba nada más. Alas, we are alone. Good. The remedies of this land aren't to my liking, and I'm afraid. Unfortunately, I brought with me potent drafts from the Far East that restore one's vigor for a time. And while this effect lasts, there is what I will do. As I explained to you earlier, I came to Here's Ear for two purposes. The first was to find and train a worthy pupil. The second was to find and punish the fugitive Kogarashi. However, I had yet to tell you of his crime. Kogarashi's crime was to create a killer. His pupil went on a killing spree, cutting down numerous Hingan dignitaries, one after the other. In my land, the master is held accountable for the deeds of the pupil, and Kogarashi's hands were deemed no less bloody than the murderer's. For his punishment, he was ordered to commit seppuku, atonement by ritual suicide. But deciding to leave, Kogarashi forsook his honor and fled here to Here's Ear. That she should thrive in spite of all the deaths he has caused is an affront to the very spirit of the samurai. It is unforgivable, and he cannot go unpunished. But try as I might to render justice, as is my duty, I could not defeat him. Countless times I tried, but always I faltered. With you, Jengo, you have grown tremendously since you first began walking our path. Strong as you have become, I am confident that you can face Kogarashi on equal standing. This is your final trial. Find Kogarashi, defeat him, and your training as a samurai shall be complete. Kogarashi makes his lair in the western highlands of Kurz Us, a place called Twin Falls. Let's set off, but as you make your way, remember, this loathsome wretch you go to face, who places his own life for honor, such devil cannot be suffered. according to plan. Así. Muy bien. Vamos a cambiar el tamaño de esto un poquito. Listo. Eso ahí. Here we are, Jengo. Are you ready to deliver to Kugarashi's his reckoning? Such evil cannot be suffered. Then you will do well to strike me down. I am Kogarashi. Kogarashi. I wore this name once upon a time, as I wore this Jingasa. ¿Jingasa? Creo que es Jingasa. Together with my pupil, I joined the line that Freso Hingashi, hunting down evil doors, and with my guidance was lacking, and ere long my pupil strayed from the path. And the rest of tale you already know. I failed to prevent his murderous rampage, but instead of taking responsibility, I took flight. Instead of honorable death, I chose a dishonorable life. Countless times I turned a blade upon myself, but always my courage faltered, and so I have lived to this day with that disgrace. Furthermore, I deceived you. I masquerade as a protector of peace, a paragon of virtue, when I am anything but. I spoke of lust rendering punishment unto the wicked, when the one most deserving of it was me. The punishment is long overdue. Render it unto me, Jengo, and your training shall be complete. This is not your master who stands before you, but a great evil now. Come and take my head, else I shall take yours. Ah! This is not okay. This is funny with one of us. Nice. No tu illness. Vamos, levántate antes de que eche a perder esta cosa. Ese timing. No formalitas test. Rayos. No sé lo que hacen. Way done, my pupil. You have fulfilled your duty. The final technique. You have drawn it forth. Good, good. I have served my purpose. Now end it. Give this villain his just punishment. Jengo, oh those, what have you done? Yes, Momosigo, it was my doing, and no more than I deserve. No, stop for the love of the 12. That's enough. Excise the evil in me, have you? Absolve me of my crimes. Jengo, you have become a greater samurai than I ever dared to hope. Even in shame and coming to this land, it was all worth it. The evil in me is no more. Now I may know peace in the realm yonder. No, Musai, please don't die. You can't. My name was Knight. Whether that it ends this way, Jengo Momosigo. Every moment of our journey I cherish. Our work here is done. One fever evil afflicts the realm. Thank you, old man, for everything. We go on one last journey together to the promised place. Musosai bade me bury him here, where he could look upon the western seas. I didn't know why at first, but now I think I do. He wanted to watch the setting sun, watch it begin its return journey to the east, to Hingashi, although he wished that he could do the same. He missed his homeland dearly, and to the last he thought of his errant pupil waiting in his mind. Well, I suppose we should be going. Let's leave Musosai to rest and head back to Ulda. Uy, tanta gente. While we were on the road, the old man told me something. That before he died, he wanted to leave behind a pupil into whom he has poured all of himself. I don't think he could have found a better person. And as he's the final pupil, I get the sense that he's entrusted his legacy to you, Jengo. So I hope that you'll keep protecting the peace as Musosai once did, seeking out the wicked and bringing them to account. And remember always, such evil cannot be suffered. Este no tiene... No tiene, ¿verdad? ¿Qué diablos? ¿No se supone que tenía? Chihuahua. A ver, vamos a quitarnos materia por lo menos. ¿Para qué me muestras esta madre si no puedo entrar? Bueno, entonces vamos para allá. No, aquí no hay en nivel 60. Eso lo explica. Muy bien, en ese caso mejor vamos a fundación. Que está a nivel 70. Por este anillo, que por lo menos sí me sirve. Había Hellfire. When I say wish to speak with you after the conference, I confess I visit rather happier circumstances. If anything, however, this latest tragedy makes the end more pressing. There are things I must say, not to the War of Light or even my fellow Saiyans, but to you, Jengo, my friend. But not here, no. Ah, but of course, the intercessory of Dragon Head is still open to us. Let us go there.
Forgive me, that took longer than expected. You seem puzzled. Oh, these. I thought something warming might not go amiss. It was not all that long ago that we sat here, you and I, in our very own falling snows, as Lord Horshfang called it. I still struggle to believe he is gone. And Azelle too. I had such hopes for her. Master Matoya asked me what it was all for. Why we fight, and why we die. Were I still commander of the Braves, I would doubtless have replied, for the future of Eorzea. But I'm not that man. Not anymore. I needed a new answer. One that I could live with. And when I saw Estinian at the ceremony, I knew at last what it was.
Así que perdón por la interrupción, llegó una persona y tiene que abrir. No, continuemos.
I do not want to be a man who sacrifices his friends and family for a cause. I want to fight for Estinian, and I want to save him. When Nidhogg leads the Horde into battle, Ser Emeric and his forces will do what they believe must be done. That is their choice to make. Yet even if Ser Emeric is willing to forsake Estinian, I am not. We must fight for him, for he is our friend and ally. We may struggle, we may fail, but we must try.
Vamos a encontrar una forma de salvarlo.
We will. I know we will.
Thank you, Jengo. It is unfair of me to unburden myself in this manner, time after time, but I am glad that you permit me nonetheless. You are my true friend and ally. Though not all of our fellow Scions will support our stance on Destinian, I have faith that we will win them over in due course. Such is the infectious power of hope. Right, that is quite enough solemn introspection for one day. I think we will both benefit from some time of the company of Tataro. She stays for us at Fortin's Manor. Let us not keep her waiting any longer. No me está Tataro. Bonito está. Yet again, we walk an all too familiar path. I am reminded of when we first came to this manor. Lost and uncertain, we were granted succor in our hour of need. We were safe, and now is our turn to return the favor. Here. Let no one say that Scions do not repay their debts. After all, what kind of people would we be if we forsook our friends? If we stopped looking for Ida and Papalimo, or if we gave up hope of bringing Mifilia back? Though she knew it would cost her dearly, Mifilia reached out to us to deliver a message. She believed it was imperative that we understand the nature of this star, or the rift between Zodiac and Heidelin, and of the Asian's aspirations. But for all that has been revealed, I cannot shake the suspicion that there is much we have yet to learn. In any event, I think each time we step back from the fray and carefully consider our next course of action, it will not be easy to turn this tragedy to triumph. But we will find a way. We will. Stance, la que estaba buscando hace rato. Scouting... No. Armor... Mining... Defending... Yo creo que voy a agarrar el Defending. Porque Striking... me va a salir... Ah, pero no me acuerdo cuáles son. A ver. La dragón de plano no me gusta. Striking me gusta, sabe bien. Me voy a quedar con el Defending, sí me gusta. Battle Stance.
Of all the ways for it to end. Even before his transformation, I could feel the worm's hatred swirling about Estinian. The terrible, all-consuming rage. Enough to fuel a 1,000-year quest for vengeance. It was all I could do not to run away screaming. But Ishgardians, nay, all Eorzeans, are made of sterner stuff. They face danger and death on a daily basis, and understand what it takes to win a war.
Think not too deeply on Master Matoya's words. Her intent was but to steal our resolve. That, and to remind us to look beyond these passing conflicts to trials greater still. To the truth which hides at the heart of this world.
So that's your aim, is it?
You disapprove?
Not at all. I believe it's traditional for the student to follow in the footsteps of the master. And you are so very alike.
Así de no sé si enojarme o tomarlo como cumplido. ¿Quién vigila a quién?
Change. That great inexorable wave was upon us, and soon all of Ishgard would bend to its will. For all our sins, for all our scars, the future for which we had long yearned was at last within our grasp. But it would be bought at a heavy price. For in those twilight hours did Nidhogg cry out for vengeance, and his brethren raised their voices for the final chorus of the Dragon Song War.
The gears of change. Caution, Ida. That is all I ask. Do not be so eager to place your faith in them. Not until we know more. I mean, hidden casting. I mean, está muy feo. Ahí los de caster también se ven horribles. ¡Qué horror! Ah, Master Bernard. It is well that you are here. You are wanted within. Every Master Alfino wishes a word with you. ¿Otra vez? Está bien. Ah, Jengo, there you are. Have you a moment? There is something that would fain discuss. I must ask you recall the events that which unfolded the peace conference, though I dare say you will suddenly forget them. My mind returns again and again to the moment when Nifog appeared. Before the crowd and the gaze of Justinian, it was a sight to chill the soul. But one which gave me the reason to hope that our friend might not be beyond salvation. When you describe his faithful transformation as Asisla, I fear him lost forever. But the mere fact that some semblance of his former self endures must surely count for something. Alas, I have no evidence to support this impression. Thus, I return to Bristol and cry for a more empirical appraisal. I'm full glad I did, for it would seem they have some observation of their own to share. The ladies have saved us a table at the Forgotten Night. Shall we go? Excellent. Let us not keep our honored colleagues waiting. The name does this establishment a disservice. Remarkably few of his patrons seem inclined to drink their way to oblivion. I do begin to see why Tataru chose to work here.
We have kept you waiting over long, I fear.
Not to worry, Alphino. We had some rather fine mulled wine to keep us company. Truth be told, you could have delayed your arrival a few moments more.
Gibrion got the spicing just right this time. His latest batch is not only delicious and warming, but soothing to the humours.
Indeed. But 'twas not to soothe our humours that we gathered here.
Oh no, quite right. The matter of that poor dragoon.
You have discovered something. A means to save him?
Let us not jump to conclusions, shall we? Assess the facts presented, then make an educated analysis, as you were taught.
Pray, cast your mind back to the moment of Estinian's transformation. Do you recall how you described it to us? You spoke of the sudden pangs which racked his body when he took up both of Nidhogg's eyes, and of how his form was twisted thereafter into a shadowy semblance of the Great Worm.
When he appeared at Falcon's Nest, the worm's eyes were fused to his mail.
Would that only his armor had been corrupted. Snaking forth from the eyes, I descried dark tendrils which entangled his very being. His ether has been all but smothered.
Then he is lost to us forever?
What did I just say about jumping to conclusions? Y'shtola clearly stated all but smothered. As I later discovered, her impression matched my own. Though Nidhogg's presence filled my mind's eye, beneath his seething aura, I sensed the merest hint of something else. And after listening to Y'shtola's observations, I became more certain of my suspicion, that the something else I'd sensed was, in fact, the trace of a different will, submerged in the sea of Nidhogg's rage.
You mean?
Yes, 'tis like that Estinian spirit yet lingers.
Can we not wrest him from Nidhogg's grasp then? Tear the eyes from the armor?
We know not if that would serve to separate Worm's soul from man's. None have ever attempted such a feat.
Should it offer even the faintest hope of success, then by the gods, I shall be the first to try.
Alphino. By all means, hold fast to your hope, but be mindful of the dangers. Even should you succeed in excising the eyes from the dragoon's mail, we have no way of knowing if your friend's soul would survive so violent a separation. And that is to say nothing of the possibility that his would-be savior might become Nidhogg's next host.
But what other choice remains to us? Should the opportunity present itself, I will tear those foul orbs from Estinian's armor and trust in the resilience of his soul, even at the risk of mine own.
Qué radical el joven.
Ah, I
I found you at last.
Oh, alright. Alright.
A messenger of the Temple Knights came to the manor some few hours past. The Lord Commander humbly requests the company of the Warrior of Light and Master Alphino.
Sir Emmerich would speak with us. Very well, thank you, Onawa.
Alright.
"'Twould seem duty calls. Pray see to yours, and we shall return to ours."
Thank you, Y'shtola, Kryl. Your words have given me hope where there was none. Come then. Sir Emmerich awaits.
Alphino is allowing his feelings for this dragoon to cloud his thoughts. I worry he may do something rash. Keep an eye on him, would you?
They think more of their friends' deliverance than their foes' defeat. But will history commend their fealty or condemn their folly?
We got some more.
The conference held at Falcon's Nest was to be a celebration of the reconciliation twixt man and dragon. But the lingering shade of Nidhogg, clad in the flesh of the Azure Dragoon, did mark the occasion by spilling the blood of his own kind. A timely atrocity to remind the children of Ishgard that the Dragonsong War was far from over. And when fear gave way to fury, the call to arms rang out anew. Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg!
What news, Sir Amelie, to share with us, I wonder? Might Sir Amelie perchance have received word of Travanian advance? Or they have located Steam. That is to say, mayhap Nidhogg has been found. Come. I will hear what Lord Commander has to say.
My friends, I thank you for coming.
You have had news of Nidhogg?
Alas not. Our scouts range far and wide, but they have as yet found no trace of the Great Worm.
We dispatched an elite unit of dragoons to reconnoiter the churning mists, but even they returned empty-handed.
A pity.
Fear not, Alphino. We shall see the worm again soon enough. His words at Falcon's Nest attest to that. Indeed, he is like to come sooner than we would wish.
I assume Ishgard's defenses are being bolstered as we speak?
With all haste. I mean to call upon every able-bodied warrior at our disposal, from the knights of the Four Houses to the men and women of the Watch. But I did not summon you to discuss strategy.
Oh?
What then would you have of us, my lord?
I will speak plain. Now that Nidhogg is possessed of both of his eyes, no mortal force we can muster will repel him. That being the case, we must needs recruit an ally of equal strength.
You speak of Hraesvelga?
I do. To whom else could we turn?
Lo veo muy difícil.
That he is Nidhogg's equal I do not deny, nor can I name another. But convincing the reclusive creature to do battle with his own brood brother will be... how shall I put this?
It will be no small undertaking, yes. Estinian's report was most particular about Hraesvelga's unwillingness to involve himself in the affairs of men. But much has changed since your visit to Somal. And if there is even a chance that the dragon may be swayed, I must plead our case. Whatever price the dragon asks of me, I shall pay it. Such was my oath, to defend the people of Ishgard. Come what may, my friends, the battle with Nidhogg will mark the end of my tenure as the acting head of church and state. Will you help me discharge this final duty?
We will, my lord, though I fear our involvement offers no guarantee of success. Come then, we will depart at your leisure.
Thank you, both of you. The city is yours, First Commander.
My lord, we shall pray for your swift return.
Increase me to impulse upon you in this manner. Would you of all people understand the treat we now face? It is no imposition, said Emily. To Jengo and I, Ishgard is a second home. After the many battles we have fought and the bonds we have forged, the plight of your nation has become our own. If there is something that we can do to aid in its salvation, then pray impose all you must. You are true friends. Shall we be about our task then? We have no way of knowing when Nihod Shade will strike, but we must assume that time is not our ally. Indeed, with that in mind, I have taken the liberty of dispatching messenger to inform Mr. Stataro that you will be escorting me to some isle. I confess I did not provide the exact details of the destination, as they are as yet unknown to me. We will summon Hasbelgar Zenith in the Chorin Mist, ere we begin our ascent. However, I think it best that we pay a visit to Anix Trim. You see an advantage in the coming negotiations? I do. I will consult with Bitthorning. I propose this in part of concern of her condition. Were she to succumb to her wounds, it would have great consequences to our alliance. That part she may be able to provide insight on her sire's current state of mind. Well, return to the Ravagnan of Portlands then. This is the Warriors and his champions. What brings them to mind about? Pray forgive us for disturbing your recuperation, Bitthorning. I hope your wound does not pain you overmuch. This to imagine thee close to death. The truth was dead, but not mortal. I will heal in time. Full glad I am to hear it. You were the guest of honor at our conference, and we failed in our duty of protection. On behalf of this garage, I apologize unreservedly. I am a dragon full grown, and thought to protect me, mortal. I was tempered by the fires of battle ere the great grandsire learned to crow. The words to remind me of a knight whom I called friend some 1,000 years past. He swore to defend me from harm and hardship. Would that we could return to that era of peace when Man and Dragon knew such commadership? Would that our every effort to do so were not undone by an ancient rancor? For a truth there cannot be peace while Nihos shader lingereth. That much is plain, yet we lack the strength to banish him. Thus do we make for some all to beseech the aid of your sire once more. Folly. Thou knows as well as I know he will answer. Her remains unchanged then, a pity. But is this folly? But if it is a folly to hope, I am content to die a fool. As had ever been the way with my kind. God then, will be warned. The Shade's presence had driven its minions to frenzy. Thank you, Bitthorning. We shall disturb your rest no longer. Spell. Skill. Okay. The sales report described an extreme in detail, but her words failed to convey the overwhelming strangeness of standing here in the midst of dragons. Though I expect another answer for this formula, I take little pleasure from having been proven right. Through seeing that our present ascending will be every bit as unwelcome as I had anticipated. But what is the ire of a great worm to a trio of self-condensed fools such as ourselves? Let us begin our ascent. After you, Master Alfina. Scout ahead if you wish, Jengo. We shall join you outside Bogham. The Lord Commander seems a lot. The Lord Commander seems a lot for words. Nor can I blame him. I recall being similarly awestruck when I first beheld this vista. I had heard tales of... no he dado cuenta. A ver. I had heard tales of the world above the clouds, but never did I dream. One's mind paints a pale picture of its majesty. You live to see such wonders. I am reminded of my first visit to this peak, when Stin and Isael yet walked on our side. Oh, is that you, Jengo? Ah, if it's don't tell me you've forgotten my name, Kupo. After all after all we have been through together. Kuplopop. Will you remember me? Do you remember me, don't you, Jengo? Let's go for smuggling. Of course, smuggling. Mohan? I creo que era Kuplopop, no. Smuggling. Creo que se va a enojar de igual forma. Creo que ninguno es. How could you mistake me for the stuff of strong warmer? I'm Mohan, the chorus more for you to Zenith, Kupo. We will share history on one side, but bring you and your friends to my home, Kupo. Vamos aquí de visita. Another is Woodall has farewell. Well, I hope you have brought the horn, Kupo, with the winds as gentle as they are. A good loud toot should reach the winds' ears easily enough. That's good to hear, Mohan. Thank you. We had best reason to send it, while the winds are in our favor. No le voy a decir al rey. No, that's what I expected, Kupo. Chief Timothy, we want to hear about this. Ok, ya pasó el escándalo. Eso de Horn Jengo. We must win Hersgelger to our cause. Fail this and Isgard fate is all but sealed. Me hace curioso que no quiere saber nada, de todos modos aparece. You dare to summon me again, mortals.
Great Hraesvelga, 'tis not lightly that we beg this audience. Pray hearken to our words, for they concern the future of man and dragon both.
Greetings, Hraesvelga. I am Emeric de Burrell, acting ruler of the nation of Ishgard. I am come before you to parley on behalf of my people.
To parley. This too deep purpose and clear to me. You are come to beg my aid in a battle against the shade of my blood brother. You foresaw my intent. Era obvio. But I would read which is greeting plain in the tiny eyes. Will that do help with enough to scry the answer in mine? My beloved Shiva did once build a bridge between man and dragon. A bridge with a treacherous for feathers so fit to tear down, as thou well knowest. Thinkest thou Nico was alone in the spaining and murder of Ruth's sister? Thinkest our mind, our soul did not cry out for vengeance? Know then that upon that accursed day my heart did wither in my breast, and thick kind coming to me to the harbingers of despair. It's only Shiva gentle dream that prevents me from flying at Nico's shoulder. Be grateful that I swore to avenge aggression and I consumed her. I permit my children to offer the night aid as they see fit, to warn the people of my rude brother's coming, that the words they ask more of me would affirm the incurable arrogance.
We understand that in your despair at man's betrayal, you seek only the refuge of solitude. But despite your protestations of spent faith, do you not still nurture the smallest flame of hope?
Persist to such lie in the dust of mine existence.
I do. If you claim I see falsely, then tell me, why did you consent to bear Rizel upon your back?
His sail pitches the loosey sail. The child lamented her past sins, and sought to balance the scales with her remaining days. Was her unquenchable passion so alive or to that of my beloved, which leads for me into flight. And for mine own part, I will contest no longer the hands of evil men to use my blood brother in iron.
So you do distinguish between those who acknowledge and repent their sins and those who perpetuate them. Interesting.
Y al final.
It seems to me that you have not, in fact, lost faith in mankind as a whole. Rather, you weigh our respective merits by how we allow the past to influence our future.
Spares me thine idle field of history, even where the most of true in the reasoning, what of it, was to have me enslaved my own sibling to save city of mortals.
Should we suffer ties of blood to bind our hands, then? Nay, if the crime is one of unconscionable evil, we must needs condemn it, even should the transgressor be our closest kin. When my father corrupted himself and his followers with the power of a primal, I beseeched the warrior of light to slay him, an act alike to patricide. That he did not die by my hand matters little. If anything, it heaps greater disgrace upon my name. But had my father not fallen, he would have drawn countless thousands into a holy war of hellish proportions, which I hold the greater crime. Thus did I order his execution, sparing the lives of my people and yours. Alas, your brother Worm now prepares to murder those whom I sought to spare. What is more, he has taken my comrade's body for his own. But if I must slay my dearest friend to defeat my direst foe, I will not flinch from my duty.
Two wolves strike down the friend, and by example los tirrenos persuade me to break my oath and kill my kindred. A ver qué le dice papi. Hit me, my child. The servants of Hidden envision a different outcome. They intend salvation not only for Isgard, but for the doomed dragon slayer as well. These two shade to be hijos de Tur. It is not merely a manifestation of his vengeance, the shadow cast by the brood moth, brother's flesh. I would not comment thee, would ponder, when thee comes, lest lead thee into greater remorse. Esas dueñas remains, the future will never be certain. Hijos' transformation into racing cannon is in part of my own doing. I rendered him into mine eye, and empowered his revenge hereby. But this the purity of my brood brother's blood that leaned him into soul surpace and might. Has two the strength of will to stand together so terrible a shadow, I wonder? Truth I must put thee and thee companions to the proof. I shall await thee in the ruins hearing Rakastor. Once heed well the words of my children, I casted thee to the place of the trial. Another day, another trial. Such ordeals must seem almost mundane to you by now. Well, that I could say the same. Every day spy a Wyvern landing just outside the palace. It is doubtless one of the children of whom Hrasgelbor spoke. Come, my friends, let us not keep our escort waiting. My broodmates and I will bear you into the place of your trial. Make your preparations. ¿Paneret? Ah, no, ya. Se llama el Lancer. No creo que sea un Lancer. ¿Qué será? Ah, sí, el Lancer. Busquemos un dungeon. For the sake of Iskar, I shall overcome whatever trial presses before me, and I have no doubt you will do the same, Jengo. Another day, another trial. O sea, hay tanto tiempo en cinemáticas que hasta el Chocobo se fue a dormir. Ay. ¿Cuánto tiempo? 10 minutos. Bueno, vamos a hacerlo con NPCs. No, pero ya eso no lo esperaba. Estos parecen ventiladores.
Pride. Away with you!
You underestimate me!
Away with you! Away with you! With you.
with you. Down with you! Away with you! Away with you!
Uy. Ok. No supe que me dio en la torre. Ah, ya no debo de evitar caer ahí. Bueno, ¿qué pasa?
I have my pride. Away with you! I have my pride.
Estoy spameando habilidades, yo creo.
Away with you! Down with you! Away with you! Down with you! Away with you!
Okay.
My pride.
You underestimate me. With you!
I have my pride.
Down with you!
Ahí estás. Ah, es un shopping, está padre. even before than I, my blood brother was a fearsome foe indeed. But having tested this strength firsthand, full well can I imagine how though this rings him loud. The dread title of Azure Dragon is no empty appellation. Very well, I shall trust the seal of man one last time. By the deeds shall the flickering hope that lingered yet within my heart be kindled anew or extinguished forever. The judge at the stand is ready proof of your determination, mortals. Let us fight as allies. Then another vanish, and together vanish my blood brother's vengeful shape. On my oath, the grot that once was the host shall meet its end. This I swear on the memory of my beloved Shiva and on the soul of Lord Isail. Understand how I fought the minions of Nihot, but never did I imagine that I would one day face Heavansward himself. Oh, my poor ribs. What? That was a painful reminder of a great parent's might. And had he truly meant us harm, we would not be standing here now. Really, his intent was to teach. His own love forced me to recall my training about the speed of the dragon, his balance, his blind spots. It was, in short, a very thorough lesson. Oh, Kupo. Jengo, let me begin by congratulating you on the completion of your trial. For one with a name with more belief in a jester, you fight with a savagery of a rabbit demon. Do you see how my wings are kept? Even my pawn aches. After this trouble, I fear my loyalty will have to bear the load of my personal chores for quite some time, possibly indefinitely. What? When I told you about Jengo's tale, I didn't mean for the rest of us to suffer. That's triple C's for you, Mohan. Triple without the first test of justice, coupon at all. Ay, nada como esos idiotas para matarte de risa.
Our negotiations proved rather more strenuous than I had anticipated, but the results seem well worth the effort.
The battle was indeed hard won. Thank you, my friends. I would never have earned Hraesvelga's cooperation had you not seen fit to grant me yours. 'Twas your stalwart heroism that moved the heart of the Great Worm at the last. Any gratitude I can offer is but poor reward for your continued service to Ishgard.
It would seem our final reckoning with the dread worm is at hand. I only wish we had some inkling as to when he means to strike.
Creo que muy próximamente.
Oh, gods.
Hola, Misa Guru. The city health is coming because Chase had taken wing. ¿Esa advertencia te sirve al final?
It has begun. We must await Ishgard.
I prefer not to late. Ishgard will not last long against Nijo and his horse. We must away. No you, then. What's this Rosport train? Porte then.
I must return to my city without delay.
Then we shall lend you our wings. Let us meet with Nijo on the field of battle, and together bring an end to his wrathful song. Dragon Taxi. Taxi Dragón, ¿verdad? Más bien.
Remember your training. We hold fast until the Lord Commander returns. We must hold.
Puedes, Lucia. Lucia. Yo le dice Lucía. Para mí al menos.
Reinforcements! By the Fury. That one is the size of Nidhogg. Warrior of Light.
Cálmate, Artoriel. Therefore standest thou with this vermin brother. Abandon this war, shade. The suffering you saw 7 no end. The Christos progeny have learned of their forefathers' betrayal, and seek now to make amends with our kind. Never shall our grief be assuaged, nor our loss forgotten. Our reconciliation may yet have the spirit of this place of eternity. Forsake the vengeance and be at peace. What sort of heaven ramblings are these? did alliance with that filth makes a rather deal his wits. Might have the glowing perfume that made thee forget the stench of our blood sister's lifeblood. So there's Christos, my beloved. So the flames of rage might yet decline. I fear that the heart fire has long since gone out. Would waste not the fury on wars, brother. Thou shalt have need of it for the battle. Oh. Son luz de oscuridad literal estos dos. Uy, le quito una alita. Two are weak as well. A slithering wind who fought the vermin who should likely be his prey. For 1,000 years have I fought without cease, and though these seem to prevail against me. Glory not in the victory shade. This battle is not yet won. My power and my hope I haven't trusted to another. Deny. What hast thou done? Fool, 2 wolves trust a mortal with the strength. I know thee. Trust two who this intrude upon my lair and best the half of me. But now I am whole, and now the creation held and I mean my vengeance. Final steps of fate. Vamos a pasar algo más apropiado. 6 minutos. Ah, bueno, que sí jala. Ay. 4. Definitivamente un trial. No tengo nada nuevo. Ah, chale. A ver, te regreso. Vamos a ver qué tal me va. ¿Cómo te mueves, lagartija? Oh, qué bueno que voy ahí. Listo. Ok.
Estinian!
Is this to be mine end? Nay, I will not allow it. I am of the first brood. I am vengeance incarnate. I am Nidhogg. Thou shalt die by my hand. This is not your hand, worm! Thou wilt obey! I would ask one last favor of you, Warrior of Light. Finish me, now, while I have the beast subdued!
Vamos, Elfi, corre.
You waste your time. Kill me! It is the only way! Ending Nidhogg will be my final duty.
No! You can't die like this! I won't let you!
rays! Cast them into the abyss! He lives. Ah, Estinian, my ill-fated friend. Lucia, summon the healers. I want them ready to receive him.
At once, Lord Commander.
Allow me to do this much, at least.
The Horde have sensed the fall of their master and scattered it to the winds.
You have my gratitude, Hraesvelgr. Your deeds this day have saved a great many lives.
The North Alliance has served its purpose. To this weight the power I greatly well, to stand your skill and not mine I which earned the victory. ¿No quieres tu ojo de regreso? Oye. Egoistic companion's recovery. Fetch by children of man.
The battle is won. We can do no more for Estinian now than bear him home and wish him well, even as Hraesvelgr did. The rest we must trust to the hands of the healers and the grace of the gods.
To the haze of pain I swear I sense, but no. This past is done, and we must look into the future. At long last, Nihor is gone. His full spirit cast out once and for all. I only pray that the Estinian survives the order. The battle with Nihor's shades will beget many an epic battle, Jengo, and rightly so. It was, without a doubt, one of the more epochal victories. Though I must admit that I took greater joy in seeing you emerge from the experience MSQ. And not only for your own sake, had you not been there to aid me, those infernal eyes would still be fused to Estinian's mail. Yet even when he has gone, I cannot help but wonder how much of our friend remains. Let us pay a visit to Lucia and beg news of his condition. Bueno, hasta donde tengo entendido, Heavansward no pidió su ojo de regreso. Titus, espera, Lucia. ¿Qué es esto? Vaya. Jengo, Master of it, no? My honored friends, as if winning Heavansward to our cause had not enough, you took upon yourselves to rid of his brute brother. I know not how to thank you. My own contribution was hardly noteworthy. True saviors of the day were Jengo and Estinian, one tripled over Nicho's chase through the strength of arms and the other through the strength of will. And speaking of Estinian, what news of his recovery? The Sword Dragoon was conveyed to the infirmary, where he now resides under the care of our hospitalier captain. I am told he has yet to regain consciousness. But as you know, Estinian mind and body were held hostage for many days. We must be patient and allow the process of healing begin. In the meantime, you will do well to rest and recover from your own ordeals. But surely, Sir Emerick is never long from Estinian's bedside, and will send word the moment there are any developments. Now, if I have satisfied your concerns, I believe Lord Edmund and his sons are most eager to celebrate your turn. Very well, First Commander. Come, Jengo. It seems that we are awaited at Fortem's Manor. No, sí es cierto. A ver. Ahorita regreso, tengo que hacer algo. Muy bien, era rápido. Ay, a ver. Oh, vaya.
The heroes of the hour return.
We but did our duty, my lord. It was the memories of fallen friends and not our heroism which saw us through at the last.
I gave every ounce of my strength. Mine efforts would have counted for naught had the Warrior of Light not arrived to challenge the Great Worm. As a sworn knight of Ishgard, I had hoped to do more for my city.
Well, we cannot all be heroes, dear brother. Let us put away our pride for a moment and revel in the valiant deeds of our comrade. For your sterling service to Ishgard, we salute you. And while we're on the subject of valiant deeds, I believe I myself have earned some small measure of recognition. Under my watchful command, the ballistas of the Outer Ward struck down a veritable swarm of Dravanian invaders.
My lord's command was certainly watchful. He bravely watched as the siege crews took aim, and continued to watch as countless wyverns met their end. Indeed, the ward's defenders proved so well drilled that my lord had little occasion to stop watching.
Echado de cabeza. Pero
there will be time enough to determine who is most deserving of recognition later. Our friends are doubtless weary from their exertions. I had chambers prepared in expectation of your return. You're welcome to retire at your leisure.
I am most grateful for your hospitality, my lord, but I believe I shall pay a visit to the Temple Knight's Infirmary. Pray excuse me.
Hey, Fino.
Our master Alphino has grown. The plight of his stricken brother-in-arms pains him more than his own hurts. In which respect he has come to resemble you, Warrior of Light. Go then, visit the Azure Dragoon, and grant him what comfort you may.
Irrepressible optimism were ever to fix upon something about which we had cause to be optimists, I dared not think that he might achieve. Just truly help. Alienates, famous dragon killers wouldn't have killed half so many dragons just now. As I shall be sure to tell my lady next time we meet. Like we will not begrudge you. We will not begrudge you the time spent at Combra's script. At long last, Nihod is gone. No true son of Isgard could wish for more. Yet the scores of my brother knights fell in the battle, and I find my joy tempered by their loss. And the battle to save Wonder continues unabated. Jengo, my friend, what can I do for the sake of Isgard? Just take Master Alfinod. He came to relieve me of my vigil a short while ago. When he begged to sit at Destinian's side, I could not well refuse him. Though he would sooner find than admit it, the boy must be exhausted by Heavensward trial and what followed. Destinian is blessed to have such a devoted comrades. My own friendship with Stinian began to some 10 years past, shortly after we joined the Temple Knights. I learned his name soon enough, but Stinian barely registered my existence. I was less a fellow recruit, and more shadow which occasionally darkened his path. And so I might have remained at halfway, not seen fit to intervene. While out on patrol, our company was set upon by a dragon, and we were the only two to survive. The experience forged a bond between us, as such life-threatening situations are wont to do. Despite our friendship, he remained an intense and solitary youth. Wholly obsessed with claiming the vengeance against Nihod, revenge was ever at the forefront of his mind. Revenge for the death of his parents and revenge for his younger brother. I could venture that in Alfinod he sees something of his lost sibling, and in the ungentle chidings of Stinian, Alfinod has found the elder brother he never had. Truth to be told, Stinian's tactless observations has saved me from disaster more than once, and I can well understand Alfinod's affection for him. He is a friend to whom I would gladly. Lord Commander, your presence is recorded in the infirmary. Is he? Then I on the way. Listo para correr. Quickly, Jengo. We must go to him. Sí, dame todas las cutscenes. Ay, al final me has agarrado una silla.
Estinian.
Cease your mewling, boy. It grates my ears.
Forgive me. When I saw you awaken, I could not... It was such a relief. We feared you might never wake up.
Now, Estinian. If Master Alphino thought any less of you, you would still be Nidhogg's plaything. Or dead.
Aye, 'twas but a jest. I thank you, Alphino. And you too, Warrior of Light. Quite how you managed to persuade Hraesvogr to aid in his brood brother's downfall I cannot imagine. But full glad am I that you did. 'Tis an honor to share the mantle of Azure Dragoon with one such as you.
I, for my part, owe you an apology. When last we met, I did willingly loose an arrow at your heart. Can you forgive me?
There is naught to forgive, Hameric. You but acted in defense of Ishgard as is your duty. Were you any less single-minded about it, I would not follow you into battle and trust you at my back. Besides, I had come to the selfsame conclusion that I would have to perish for Nidhogg to be stopped. So let us dispense with the hand-wringing. I have heard enough mewling for one day.
Oh!
Qué malo.
The tendrils of Nidhogg's foul presence bound up every fiber of my being, usurping my senses, but I yet retained some trace of awareness. The worm's mind was as a vast and tumultuous sea. Endlessly its black waters churned, his grief and despair at Ratatoska's murder never calming, never receding. Driven by this surging current came wave upon wave of unrelenting rancor. It was the very image of my own heart. There I saw the dark reflection of the hatred I felt after Nidhogg slew my family, when no path remained save vengeance against dragonkind. Neither one of us had a choice. But I was blessed with something Nidhogg was not. Comrades and teachers to console and admonish me. Had I not had them to gainsay my obsession, it would surely have consumed me as Nidhogg's did him, and we would have been in all respects alike. Though his shade is banished, his spirit scattered upon the sea of clouds, I feel no joy at his passing. Where once I craved vengeance, I now crave rest. Lord Commander, my hunt is at an end. I would lay down the mantle of Azure Dragoon.
My friend.
He has tired himself with too many words. I doubt not that he will make a full recovery, but he must be allowed some few days of quiet.
Vámonos.
too must see my path to its end. Sleep well, my friend.
Following the battle with Nidhogg on the Steps of Faith, Sir Emeric called an assembly that he might make his final proclamation as acting head of state. "'Twas there, with one decree, that the 1,000-year rule of the archbishops was ended, paving the way for a new republic. The governance of Ishgard would now be placed in the hands of high and lowborn alike, their ranks represented by the newly founded House of Lords and House of Commons. Church was separated from state. The foundation for change had been carefully laid, and the reforms proposed by Ishgard's new government passed into law without incident. His duty done, Emeric de Burrell gladly stepped down from the Archbishop's dais, only to be raised unto the highest seat in the House of Lords. Though he strove at first to refuse this honor, the unexpectedly strident voice of the Count de Durandare left him little choice but to accept. And so it was that the winds of gentle revolution came to stir. Prominent among the many honored guests at Sir Emeric's investiture were the ambassadors of Dragonkind, a fitting symbol of Ishgard's newfound peace. The people looked on in awe as he soared through the heavens on dragonback, and by their cheers did they hail him an azure dragoon for a new age.
Siempre se recuperó su ojo.
Thus were the notes of the dragon song rewritten, the din of war giving way to a rising litany of peace and hope.
Good for Gilly. I was gazing out at the seals close in all too rare moment of idleness, when I chanced to behold a certain hero wending his way towards the city on Dragonback. Welcome home, Jengo. Nay, it was no great matter that moved me to greet you in person. Between you and me, I merely sought to respite from the pressures of office. No sooner do I surrender my role as temporary head of state that I'm burdened with a position of more permanent responsibility. I fancy that it echoes in some small measure the way you must feel when your improbable feats of heroism are rewarded with still more impossible challenges. The myth which guided our society for generations lies in tatters, and I then to be scorned for building upon a system of nobility that I once sought to tear down. And what a strange jest is this that places me at its pinnacle, and as a vicious bastard at the head of the House of Lords. How would this question serve for me to answer? It is no in man's nature to change overnight. This learned through painful experience, and it was this hard lesson, which convinced me to take the path which we now follow. Even as we rebuild the bridge between man and dragon, we must reimagine Ishgard, one carefully placed stone at a time. We must remember that it is not for us that we lay this groundwork, but for the men and women that our children will become. May their towers rise broadly from the fundament of our legacy. I hear word from Captain Whitecape that the Senate has vanished from his sick room. His willfulness survives undiminishment. Should you ever happen upon our unmannerly friend on our travels, pray assure him that I shall keep as Ishgard safe until he deigns to come home. Thank you, Jengo, and please convey my warmest regards to Master Alfino. Ya, pues. Ese rojo brillante llama más la atención. spoke with Sir Emeric. I do not envy him his new position. Isgard has chosen a new road, but one literally with the detritus of 1,000 years of broken faith. Yet though her people may stumble from time to time, I know of none better than Sir Emeric to lead the march of progress. As for us, there remains the small matter of ushering a new dawn in the shadow of inscrutable as machinations and a seemingly endless procession of primals. But we too must walk our chosen path, no matter how treacherous the footing. ¿Qué es esto? Heimeric, Dragon Song, Alpine Code. Me hubieran dado esto al inicio. In the wake of the Edgar government reform, new airship routes have been sanctioned. You may now travel to a selection of distant locations from the landing in Isgard. Okay. Se ven tan malévolos, no manches. Thank you, Langhurst 9. You need not remain there. We shall reservoir at the usual place. Well, let's proceed and inspect then. Aye, there is not to concern us, aside from one overly curious mouse. Sigh. Otra vez se te atraviesa. Again. It is of no moment. They will play their part, and we will play yours. Master Gunnar, you are come at a most excellent time. An invitation from truly preeminent personage has arrived to the manor. But a short while ago. Well, that you have been present to receive, but in the event, Sir Emeric de Borel, Lord Speaker of the House of Lords, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, and Viscount of Horse Borel, cordially invites you, Master Gunnar, to dine with him at his estate. You seem surprised. The messenger assured me that his lord had broached the subject with you at an early date, when the arrangements for the peace conference were still being finalized. Of course, the intervening months afford little opportunity for leisure, but with the happy advent of peace is displaying, the Lord Commander sees no further to cause the delay. What say you? Indeed, who should not? You will forgive me if I seem envious. I shall send word of your acceptance to Borel Manor at once. When you are ready, pray report to the Astrologicum. They will have someone escort you the rest of the way. A ponerle el glamour del pin coat. Greetings and welcome, Master Gunnar. I have the honor and privilege to serve as head steward of House Borel, though admittedly our staff is somewhat smaller than those of other noble house families, when countable on one hand. My lord will be overjoyed to hear that you have accepted his invitation. As you will soon see, we have spared no expense. I dare say a man of fashion so enjoys nearly a moment's respite. Aye, the battlefield beckons even now, I am sure. But for this day we bid you lay down your burdens and raise a glass to peace and prosperity. Qué bueno que me puse ese abrigo. Me veo normal. Salvo esos guantes.
To think the Moogles would prove such harsh taskmasters. Forgive me. I did not know you had suffered so in your quest for the horn.
Chum, chum.
I must say, your spirited accounts always come as a welcome change from the arid reports which fill my days.
Pobre Imeric. Ella fue mucho de vinito. Me va a pasar como con la sultana. Uy, ¿cuántos frascos? ¿Eso es para hacer un té?
Though I have lived in these lands my entire life, to hear you speak of them, there is much and more I have yet to see. Truly, yours was a marvelous journey.
Cuando Jimmy next.
Well, truth be told, when I think back on the sweeping vistas of the churning mists, I do feel some slight pangs of wanderlust. Alas, much as I would like to accept your invitation, I fear my present duties with the House of Lords demand my undivided attention. Someday, perhaps. By your deeds, you have helped us to lay the foundation for lasting reform. The formation of the Republic is but the beginning, for it is not only our system of governance which must needs change. We, the people, must learn to let go of our hatreds and rise above our bloody past. I only pray that I live long enough to see us achieve some measure of success, that I might know the lost did not die in vain. I can still see you there on the steps of faith, striding fearlessly towards the worm. If you could do that, who are we to balk at the challenges ahead? The question of how best to strengthen ties with the other great nations of Eorzea has been debated at length in the Lords and Commons of late. As you may imagine, maintaining stability during this period of historic upheaval is our paramount concern. Nevertheless, we are greatly indebted to the Alliance for their support during the Grand Melee, and it would be remiss of us not to repay their faith in kind. Of course, we owe you the greatest debt of all, and it is my hope that in extending our support to you and the Scions, we might also express our gratitude to our neighbors, nay, our fellow Eorzeans, whom we pray you will continue to protect. The Lords and Commons agree on very little, but not a soul in either house begrudges your order this offer of patronage. For all you have done and will do, we thank you. May I ask a personal question?
Oh my.
Now that the dust has settled, what will you do? Not as a scion, I mean, but what do you want for yourself?
Lord Commander, pray forgive the interruption.
News from House Fulton?
Fulton?
An urgent message for the Warrior of Light. I was instructed to deliver it without delay. Master Thancred returned to the manor a short time ago, bearing an injured maiden. Master Leveilleur and Mistress Tataru are tending to her wounds, but they like not her chances. Respectfully, my lord, they have requested the Warrior of Light's immediate presence.
You must go to them, my friend, and I shall go with you.
Okay.
For every ending marks a new beginning. From tragedy and sacrifice, we rise to greet a new dawn, as did he. Only to be drawn unto another battlefield, another cause, as if by fate.
Welcome, Master Yoda. Welcome, Master Yoda. ¿Show you ser humano? Sí.
Is that Alize, Alphinaud's twin sister? She ran afoul of the Warriors of Darkness. I had been tracking them since the ceremony at Falcon's Nest. Little did I know I was not the only one. Evidently, she had learned of their activities and attempted to shadow them on her own. Poorly. I rescued her in the Twelveswood, and together we fled north. But though I made every effort to cover our tracks, they caught up with us on the Ishgardian border. And in the ensuing struggle, Alize took an arrow to the shoulder. It was only after we had made good our escape that I realized it was poisoned.
Thank you for coming so quickly. And you, Sir Emmerich.
Think nothing of it. How is she?
We have done all we can for now. Although the immediate danger has passed, the poison yet lingers in her blood. We came to Eorzea together, hoping to bring salvation to the realm our grandfather gave his life to protect. But when confronted with the bitter realities of its politics and its petty powermongers, she was driven to anger and to doubt. She refused to become embroiled in what she termed Eorzea's squabbles and distance herself from the Scions. Though she remained hopeful of a brighter future, she would walk her own path. Would that it had not been so perilous. For all our differences, she's as dedicated as any Scion to the salvation of Eorzea. But more than that, she is my sister. To be reunited with her, only to lose her forever. Gods, even to speak the words.
Take heart, Master Alphino. She will be attended by our most skilled chirurgeons. Bear Mistress Leveilleur to the infirmary at once. Apprise Captain Whitecape of the situation, and inform him that she is to be treated as my personal charge.
Wait, don't go. Please, come closer. The warriors of darkness are in league with the Ascians. Slaughtering the primals is but the first step in their plan. They make for Zelfatol to bring about Garuda's summoning and to kill her. You must stop them.
I shall inform the others at once.
Gracias, Tataru.
Master Thancred, I would ask that you accompany Mistress Leveilleur to the infirmary. Your knowledge of her injuries may well prove useful in determining her treatment.
Of course.
However much we may change our room apart, some bonds are unbreakable. Though the fates afforded us trying to share lonely light drink, to sing the rest of wine cellar might will have to wait, as I'm constantly reminded there is no rest for the righteous. Bueno, vamos a aplicar un glamour. Surely they won't let her. Yes, I know. We must trust in Captain Whitecape and his chirurgeons. Did they not bring Estinian back from the very brink of death? I am uncomfortably reminded how he mocked me for praying at his bedside for days on end. What say you, my friend? Shall we turn our attention to matter whose conclusion we yet have the power to influence? Sí, ninguno de esos. Ok, este es un buen punto para detener el MSQ. Yo creo que nos vemos el lunes con más Final Fantasy. Voy a hacer pruebas con otros en otras plataformas, pero no debe ser mucha diferencia, por lo menos. Muy bien, por lo mientras nos vemos, que descansen, tengan un buen fin de semana, se pasa muy bien, chao.